Hey everyone, it is Ashley from Three Little Greenwoods. Welcome to my wreath workshop. Today I am going live to do a video about how to make an Easter rabbit wreath. So this is from supplies that I got a couple of weeks ago. I went live about it, and you've been asking me to make a video about how I make the Easter rabbit wreath. So we're going to go live right now. So as you're coming in and you're joining, I'd love for you to say hello and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know if you are a wreath maker or if you simply just really enjoy watching people make things. So let's get started. First, we are going to talk about the bow. I am choosing two really pretty ribbons to make our bow with. We have a really pretty spring green buffalo check, and we have a pretty pale pink buffalo check that we're going to make our bow with. These are from a wholesale company. If you want to find all of the wholesale companies that I use, go to the link in my profile. There is a big book of all of the great suppliers. So here are our ribbons that we're going to be using. Here is our rabbit wreath. Look how cute this is. Love it. I got this from Khalees. You can find her here on TikTok. She has an online store where she has lots of really cool things. So this is our base that we're going to use, and here's our ribbon. Let's start with our bow. All right, move this over a little bit. Now, I do not make bows by hand. That is not my thing. I have a little bit of carpal tunnel and it just doesn't work for me. So I always use an easy bow maker. You can find these on Amazon, in craft stores all over. It's a little pricey, but it's worth the investment because it's going to help you make beautiful bows. So let's get started with this. I'm going to need my ribbons. These are 1.5 inch wired ribbon. Always use wired ribbon. It's very important. You will need a zip tie. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner to tie it off on the back, or to have something to attach to the wreath. And we need a pair of wire cutters. Get a good pair of wire cutters. Don't get it from the cute little section in Hobby Lobby with all the little pink tools for all the little ladies. Get yourself a great pair of wire cutters because you're going to use them over and over and over, and they last forever. To make our bow, we're going to start with the green buffalo check. I'm going to give it, I think today we'll do a dovetail. So here's how you make a dovetail. You fold your ribbon in half and you cut up from the outside edge, from the inside fold to the outside edge, just like this. And that makes a pretty little dovetail. I unwind my ribbon and I drop it on the floor because that's just the easiest thing for me to do. I'm going to use my easy bow maker to make my streamer. So I'm looking at our wreath and I want my bow to be on this side and to hang down a little past the bottom of the wreath down here. So I am thinking probably about that much. I bet that's about 12 inches. Let's see. I'm measuring it on my easy bow maker, and yep, 12 inches. Take my first streamer, measured out 12 inches. I'm going to put it down into the easy bow maker. Push it down really firmly. Give it a good twist so that the back of the ribbon is facing on the front. Guys, can you see? Could you let me know in the comments if you can see me making the bow? The cameras are kind of wonky. So here we go. Next, we're going to make a 5-inch loop. So I'm going to measure out to the 5-inch mark over here. And push it down, twist it over, do another 5-inch loop, twist it over again so you see the back of the ribbon on the front. Okay, good, you can see. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I'm going to make another 5-inch loop on this side. And guys, I'm going pretty quickly making this bow, but if you would like detailed bow instructions, just say yeah. Yes, I want yes, I would like a bow tutorial. That's what you can say. And when my bow tutorial is ready to go, I can make sure to tag you in it. I'm going to cut my streamers on the bottom. Let's give it another pretty dovetail. Just like that. Now we're going to move on to our pink ribbon, our pink buffalo plaid. Super cute. Very, very, very springy. That's what I want for my cute little rabbit. I'm dropping my spool of ribbon on the floor. This ribbon came from a wholesale company. If you would like to know, I think this ribbon probably came, actually no, this ribbon came from Craft Outlet, which you do not have to have a wholesale license to purchase from them. Just go to craftoutlet.com. Okay, need to measure another 12-inch streamer. Laying it down, measuring on my mat. Pushing it down in here. I'm going to take my ribbon and flip it completely over so that I see the back side of the ribbon. Measure out a 5-inch loop. Press it down really well. Give it a hard twist. Another 5-inch loop. Please do not let the Easy Bow Maker intimidate you. Don't let bow making intimidate you. It's just practice. Practice, practice, practice. It's finding someone that you like the way that they teach, and you can sit and watch them over and over and over make their bows. That's how you get better. Now to measure this second streamer, I'm just going to hold it up to the first streamer that I have and just give it a cut. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's dovetail the end of that ribbon as well. So you can do the ends of your ribbon two different ways. You can do a dovetail, which is what I did, or you can do a knife's edge, which is just a good diagonal, just right across. So I'm going to go ahead and fan out these loops. So here's what we have so far. Really pretty. Everything's all stacked up. Nice and pretty. It's a great shot right there. See how it's down in the Easy Bow Maker? So when I finish my bow tutorial, I'll make sure to go step by step so that you guys can really understand and follow along. And so you can watch it over and over and over until you get it, because that's what really, really counts. Don't be intimidated. It just takes practice. So here we go. They're all fanned out. I want more layers of loops. I want a really pretty full bow. So I'm going to add one more layer of each color of ribbon. Let's do a green layer. Just taking it like this, I'm going to push it down in between the two wooden spokes on the Easy Bow Maker. I'm going to do another 5-inch loop on this side. I'm using my previous loops to measure. All right, so I've got 2 there. I'm going to cut that off. And we are done with this ribbon. Now let's get one more layer of the pink buffalo check. Love these colors. And these are really, These are really spring. Makes me happy. It is actually, I am in South Carolina. That's where my wreath workshop is. And it's gotta be 80 degrees here today. It is so hot. Oh, how fun. You're doing a springtime crochet cardigan. That's awesome. My grandmother would crochet and make the most beautiful things. And we are all about blankets at my house. Okay, so got this. I'm just moving my loops around so that they're even, just like that. See? Easy peasy, craft party. Yep, craft party in the wreath workshop today. So here's the tricky part, all right? You're gonna take a pipe cleaner, or you can use something called bind wire. It's just paper covered wire. For this, I'm gonna use a pipe cleaner. Take your pipe cleaner and slide it all the way up underneath your loops. Then you're going to take a zip tie and do the same thing. I'm taking my zip tie, I'm going to slide it all the way up under all of my loops, making sure it is also up under the pipe cleaner. Push it down really, really hard. You got to push those loops down hard. I tightened my zip tie up halfway, and I'm going to carefully pull it out. Just like that. See? So here's the back view. You've got the pipe cleaner up under the zip tie. It's all caught together. Now I'm going to move the zip tie to the back because I don't want that on the front. And carefully tighten everything together. Just like that. And give them a really good tighten, because you want the zip tie to be tight, because that's going to make your bows pop up. Let's snip this zip tie off in the back. Take your pipe cleaners. I just give like a couple of twists, and then let's fluff it up. It needs a little bit more fluffing. Now, when we rearrange the bows, you can see when we arrange the loops, you can see they're already in a really good spot. We just want to pop it up some. All right, so I'm going to take my fingers and just really give those loops a good tug. Just like that. There you go. How pretty is that? Okay, now, next step, we're gonna add this to our Easter rabbit. So let's pull this forward so that you can see it. So let's talk about my Wreath Easel. This is a wooden art easel that I snitched from my children. It came in a Christmas gift that they got, and I needed something to put my wreaths on, so I took it. And they've decorated it with words and stickers. This is a 5-pound weight that I put on the back because I'm fancy like that to hold it down. The bunny has just this little metal loop up here, and for right now, I'm just leaving that alone. I'll go back later and add a bow. I was going to fill in the rabbit, but you see all this stuff? I don't need to waste the time or energy filling this in because it's full of great material for my florals to stick to. So I'm leaving that alone. Let's put that right there. Okay, now we're gonna add the bow. So I can add the bows two different ways. I can actually take the pipe cleaners and maneuver them through the moss. I can do it that way, or I'm gonna do it this way. Let me show you a trick. So this tool is a Steel Picks machine. It is super convenient. I love using it. It's very heavy. It is an investment, but it's worth the time. I'm going to turn this pipe cleaner into a steel pick to put down into my wreath. Give it a little cut, just like this. I might even make this smaller. I think I'm going to fold it up one more time. Okay, so I have a little bitty nubby pipe cleaner that I'm going to put on the steel pick. Cross our fingers that it works like it's supposed to. You just take your little nubby, put it down in the steel pick machine. Yay! It did it. And see, can you guys see it? Now we have a steel pick. This is such an awesome machine. It is an investment. It really is. I had to wait a while to get it. Just makes wreath making so much easier for me, but these picks are razor sharp, super sharp, so I have to be really careful with them. Okay, let's set that aside. Move Mr. Rabbit back up to the front. As you're joining, I see lots of people, do I have a problem with getting the picks coming out double or triple? Not yet, but it's a pretty new machine. Now, I know that there are some people that do have a hard time with that. I haven't yet, but I anticipate the more I use it, the older the machine gets, that it's going to start doing it. So, I don't know. I want to put my bow right here. So I'm going to take my steel pick, and over here in the corner, sorry you can't see it, is an electric skillet full of glue sticks. That's another great tool. I am going to put a little bit of glue on my steel pick, just like this, and then poke it in right there. Very careful. Actually, I'm going to go up here and do it so that it kind of hangs over the side. Okay. All right, what do you guys think? That is a really big bow. It's a really big bow. It's going to be super cute, though. I'm not finished. Pulling everything down. Okay, so our bow is on. Now, okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna fold it forward so that I can get to my florals in here so you guys can see it. You could always choose to do the bow last. What type of ribbon did I use, please? So this is a 1.5 inch wired ribbon. I believe it came from Craft Outlet. I have a link to a wonderful resource of all kinds of wreath supplies. So if you're really into wreath making and you want the fast track of knowing where everything is and where we get everything, you probably want to get that book. Now let's talk about florals, okay? So I have a couple. We have these. This is a bush from Michael's. I got it last year. I'm not sure if they have it this year or not. I love the color. It's got some greenery already on it, so we're going to be using this. I wanted to use some tulips because these are just super cute. Love these. It's going to coordinate with the pink. I think it's important to add white to almost everything that you do because it really makes all the colors around it pop. So we're going to add this as well. And our greenery. I'm going to use some fern, some plastic fern. So the fern came from a wholesaler. These came from a wholesaler. These came from a wholesaler too. And the first bush came from Michael's last year. They probably have it again though. So let's start by adding some greenery. So this is a great plastic fern greenery. I love the different colors that it has. Let's start clipping this apart. Greenery is really important, and it's something that really trips a lot of people up. They don't know exactly what to choose. A fern is a good thing to start with. Okay, guys, so here we go. Now I'm taking it and bending it and moving it. I want this greenery to have some life to it. Okay, now one more thing. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna try to keep it kind of low, but I don't know if that's gonna work out or not, so we'll see. Okay, taking my first stem of greenery, see my hot glue on it? I'm just gonna start poking it in all over. I'm gonna start on the back first to give it a little bit of background. Guys, if you're just joining, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me. I am Ashley Greenwood. I have an online floral shop called 3 Little Greenwoods, named after my 3 children. I don't know what to call myself. I'm not like a retired teacher because I didn't really retire from teaching, but I'm not teaching anymore. I am focusing on my business. I taught kindergarten and preschool for almost 20 years. And now I had the chance to step back from teaching and focus on my small business, and that is exactly what I'm doing. And it's been an awesome thing so far. Nope, don't like that. Let's move it back up here. So we have some greenery on the back, pushing it down into all that good stuff. And let's put some greenery down on the front. You can see there's one piece hanging down already. I'm sure it's a little hard to see because everything's green right now. This is too short. So I'm gonna put a still pick on it. Remember, these are super sharp. Be very careful. All right, let's add these down to the front. Kind of push that down a little bit. Okay, we have one more piece. I want this to fold completely over and hang down on the front. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it a bend with my little pliers so that it's doing like this. Let's put that right down in the front. Turn my leaves a little bit. Okay, so we've got our greenery base. I used a small bush of plastic fern. Now, let's add some of these. I like to push all of my stems all the way up to the top. and then cut them. And I am probably not going to use this entire bush of florals, but I'm going to cut them all off anyway, just in case. I would love to know, are you wreath makers? Have you been in the business a long time? Do you just like to watch people make fun things? I would love to know. This bush came from Michael's last year. Hopefully they will have lots of new florals in stock, but every time I go to my Michael's, the one that's closest to me, they don't hardly have anything, and it's very, very sad. So maybe they'll be getting some things soon. All right, so I'm going to start by putting these things in the back. Give it a cut. This is a little bit too long. Let's put one behind our bow. I love that this wreath base was ready to put things in. That's just fantastic. I thought that I was going to have to take the time to fill it with foam, and that's kind of a pain. So I was very happy to see that that saved a step for me. Again, this cute little guy came from, sorry, I'm reading messages. This guy came from Khalees. You can find her on TikTok. So you make pine cone wreaths. That is so cool. And flower wreaths for headstones. That is wonderful. Someone else says they love all crafts. It's very relaxing. Yeah, me too. So my guilty pleasure is watching the awesome cake decorators. I love watching those ladies or guys make the cakes. I think that is super cool. So let's add this one over here. And you can see that my flowers are pointing in all different directions. I'm gonna make this one face on this way. Just like that. How cute is that? Let's get a tall one right there. Maybe I will use this whole bush. I love the colors. All right. Super cute. So I'm looking in the camera and I'm looking for holes. And there's a hole right there. Okay, let's put this one over here. Very cute. All right, I'm looking for holes again. There's one right here. And I have one more pink flower left. So if you guys have any questions about wreath making, go ahead and ask them. I'd love to answer some of your questions if you have any. I'd love for you to follow along if you're not following my TikTok account. I post all the time about what's going on, what I'm doing. I give lots of tips. All right, that's really cute. I have 3 of these. And I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna use the whole thing. But the greenery is getting a little too much, so I'm gonna pull this one off. You'll notice that I keep my stems pretty long. It's just the way I do it. Just in case. So since I only have 3 of these, I need to evenly space them apart. So I'm gonna put one over here, one here, and one down here. All right, so I'll start with this one on this side. Wreath making is all about balance and layering things. That is so cute. Balance and layering. So it's just like layers upon layers upon layers. And that's how you build a beautiful floral arrangement or a beautiful wreath. Look at the leaves. That's really pretty. When you are shopping, search for bushes or florals that have different colored greeneries. It'll help you decide what to put with what and just makes it more interesting. All right, I think I'm gonna put it right here because I can see there is a hole. And I got one more. I'm gonna leave that greenery on. Take the time to manipulate and bend. Complete novice, but you love all crafts, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cut this again. I'm gonna put this one in the front. Try to pull that down a little bit. Super cute. Love it. Okay, now we're not finished. So I was gonna add these, but now I am not because I think it's already got enough pink. I can still see my bunny, so I know that it is a bunny. I love the greens, how the greens are going together, the pinks. I don't need to add more pink to it, but what I do need to add is some white. I love this bush. Let's talk about it. This came from a wholesaler. If you're just joining and you want to know where we get all of our greenery and supplies and wreath making things from, there is a link to a resource in my profile. That is a shortcut to get you to all of the wreath making supplies that we've got, okay? So let's see, I'm gonna push them all the way to the top. This is a great bush, let's talk about it. My son's phone is like right there and I can't turn it off and it keeps buzzing. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it's driving me crazy. But I can't turn it off. So this is a great bush because it has lots of different greenery. We've got this pretty fern. We've got different textures of florals. Got our pretty little white flower right here. I think I'm going to use the whole bush, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it all apart. Oh my gosh, y'all. This phone. Okay, so let's take this, and this is what I call a pusher. This is where you can push all of your things to the top. Just like this. And I want some pieces that are hanging down over the little rabbit. So let's turn it over here. We've kind of ignored this side over here and it needs some love. Now the bow is big and the bow takes up a lot of space, but we need some love over here. And I'm gonna put one of these right in there. And just trim it up just a little bit. Here we go. Much better. Okay, now we're gonna go to the other side of our wreath where we've been kind of ignoring it, down here, and pushing it up. It's important to really touch all of your pieces because it helps to bring it to life. I'm gonna push this down, give it a little trim, and let's put this guy right here. Dipping it in my pot o' glue. There's my glue. Now, this is hot. It is hot glue. It will still burn you, but I get less burns using a glue skillet than I ever did with hot glue, with a glue gun. I used to get burned with a glue gun all the time. Okay, so I have 2 over here. Let's put 1 right there. This would be a perfect gift for your mother for Easter. Love the colors in it. We host Easter at our house. That's our holiday to host. And I've got to make one of these to go on my front door. I'm going to tuck it right in here to add a little pop of white. Remember, white just makes everything better. It just makes your eye, see how much better that looks, how fuller it is. So I've got 1 over here, 1 here, 1 tucked in on this side. Now I need to go back to the back part and maybe even the middle right here and add a few pieces. I'm gonna push them to the front. I've got glue strings everywhere. I don't know if you guys can see them or not. Give it a little shape. I like to keep my stems long because if you cut them too short, you can't get them back. We're going to put this one right in the middle. And then kind of spread that apart. That is so cute, guys. I love it. Let's put 1. Okay, so I have 2 pieces left. I think 1 should go here and 1 should go here. That's what I'm thinking. Do I sell? Heck yeah, I sell. I have an online floral shop. It's on Etsy, actually, and I would love for you to visit. If you go to my profile, there is a link in my profile that clicks to my Etsy shop, talks about my favorite tools. People always are asking me what my favorite tools are. Sends you guys to that big book of wreath supplies. So yeah. It will be my daughter's cotillion in April, and someone needs it in rose gold. Rose gold, like a wreath in rose gold? Or a bow. I sell bows too. Okay. Oh, I like that. It's sticking up like this. Super cute. So if you go to the link in my profile, you'll be able to navigate around to all the different places. So I'd love for you guys to check that out. And if you do need a custom order, just hop on over to Etsy, or you can message me on here and we can work together to do that. 1 more piece. It's going to go right here. If I can fit it. There it goes. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is so cute. Look at that. Do you guys love it? It's super, super cute. Thank you. It's beautiful. And really, let me show you the back of it, okay? Just so you can get an idea what the back looks like. So it's just all covered in moss. And on the inside, it was filled with a bunch of good stuff that I could stick my florals down in. Again, this came from Khalees. It came out so nice. I love it. I love how soft it is too. You know what would really, really be cute? Is a butterfly. Wouldn't that be adorable? If I could find like a pink or a yellow butterfly. What do you think? Pink or yellow? Adorable. super cute. So I've had this sweet customer. She has been like begging me to get this one. How much for this one? I don't know yet. I have to sit down. So the way that I price my things is I sit down and I think about what did I use in it, and then I add all that stuff up. So this will be in my Etsy shop probably in a couple of days. I have to take pictures of it. I have to take glamour shots of it and get it ready to go. It is so cute. Oh, Michelle, are you the one that's been wanting it? I can't remember. Isn't it cute? I even asked her, you know, what color would you like? Would you like a purple one or a pink one? That is adorable. Super cute. So this one's Michelle's, but I can make more. So I will make sure to be listing this on my Etsy shop. I so appreciate you guys following along with me. This is one of my first times I've gone live. It's kind of scary. It really is. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for the hearts. That makes me so happy. That's like my little tip jar to know that you guys are following along and that you like what you see. If you have an idea of something that you would like for me to make live, send me a message on TikTok. I would really, really appreciate it. Thanks for saying it's super cute by you bows and wreaths. I love connecting with all of our wreath makers. They are one of the nicest, most supportive group of people out there, and it is just so much fun to connect with everyone. There's lots of front doors across the world, and there's lots of wreath makers to decorate them. All right, guys, I am done. I gotta go make dinner. Yuck. Have a great day, and please follow along. And if you have any questions, just send me a message, or make sure to go to my profile and click the link. It'll take you to my Etsy shop, all sorts of goodness. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.